Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is Selena. Welcome back to one of my videos. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name's Selena and I release a crochet tutorial every week. In this week I'm bringing to you a new crochet cardigan project. It's really easy and beginner friendly. The free pattern and all the pictures will be on my blog selenaveronique.com as always, so check that out. I will be linking it in the down bar. And this is a very simple hexagon type cardigan. So we will be making 2 hexagons. So I can't really show you on camera here, but we will be making 2 hexagons and then stitching them together and then creating just a very simple border at the front and for the sleeves. And it's a very easy project. So yeah, it's slightly oversized. I will be demonstrating size SM on my video tutorial today, but the different sizes that it comes in will be on my blog, so check that out with all the details. So to crochet this very simple cardigan, I used, I think, 7 skeins of this yarn. So it's, I'm sorry about how I pronounce it. I think it's pronounced Shapiers, and it's Sylvie yarn. And it's considered a chunky yarn, so you could substitute with any chunky yarn of your preference. It is 70% acrylic and 30% wool, and it's recommended to use an 8mm crochet hook for this, but I used a 9mm crochet hook. So I used 7 skeins of this plus a 9mm crochet hook, as well as a pair of scissors and tapestry needle. And again, I will be linking everything in the down bar. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this very easy tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I will be using US terms. Okay, so for this part of the project, you will be taking your yarn and your 6mm crochet hook and create a slip knot. Once you've created your slip knot, just pop your hook through and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and once you've chained 5, you are going to be slip stitching in the first chain to close your ring. So just go ahead and do that. And now you are going to be chaining 3. So 1, 2 and 3, and this counts as your first double crochet. And what we are going to be doing is placing 2 more double crochets into this center right here. So just wrap your yarn around your hook, go into the center, pull up a loop. You've got 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2 loops and pull through 2 loops. And now you are going to go back into this center and place another double crochet into that, and there we go. And I'm tidying up my loose end as I go along. And what you can see is that we now have 3 double crochets, because this first double crochet counts as a this chain 3, counts as our first double crochet. What we are going to be doing now is chaining 3, so 1, 2 and 3, and we are going to be going back into this center and placing 3 more double crochets into that. So go on and place 3 double crochets into the center. 1, 2 and 3. and we have another cluster of double crochets. We are simply going to be chaining 3, 1, 2 and 3, and placing another cluster of 3 double crochets into this center. So just go ahead and do that, and we are going to be repeating this process of 3 double crochets, chain 3 until we have 6 clusters of double crochets total. So just scrunch up these double crochets like so, and now we've got 3 clusters, 1, 2, 3, and you are simply going to be chaining 3 again and placing another cluster of 3 double crochets another 3 times, and once we finished the 6 clusters, I'll get back to you to show you what to do. So I'm back, and I finished my cluster of my 6 clusters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and they have got 3 chains to separate them. I've just created a chain 3 right here to finish off this round, so that's what you should be doing, finishing off on a chain 3. And now we are going to be connecting to the chain 3 that we started with, so just slip stitch. So pop your hook through and pull through and pull through, and there we go. We've got the beginning of our hexagonal round. So now I'm just going to show you round 2. So for round 2 you are going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn your work, and obviously this counts as our first double crochet, and we are going to go directly into this space right here and place 2 more double crochets. So just go ahead and place 2 double crochets and another like so. And because this is our corner, so this will become a lot clearer as we carry on with the rounds, but for now this is our corner and it will be our corner throughout. So when you are in a corner like now, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and go back into that space and place another cluster of 3 double crochets. So just go ahead and place another cluster of 3 double crochets like so. And what we are going to be doing is going into the next chain space here, but before we do that we are going to be chaining 1. So chain 1 and go directly into the next corner. So again, this is going to make a lot more sense as we go along, but just note that we will always have 6 corners within this project. So this is another corner, so directly go into that and place 3 double crochets. Oops. So 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and another cluster inside that same space. Just go ahead and place another 3 double crochets. As you can see, this is a very repetitive pattern. So there we go. Our hexagon is growing. And what we are going to be doing now is the exact same that I've just showed you. So just chain 1 and go directly into the next space and place 3 double crochets. Chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 double crochets, and just do this until you reach the beginning of this round that we started. So I'm just going to finish this cluster, chain 1, and then go into the next, so then go into the next 3 spaces, so 1, 2 and 3, and repeat this process, and I'll meet you back here to show you how to finish off this round. So I've almost finished this round, and what I am going to be doing to close off this round is chain 1, so just go ahead and chain 1 and slip stitch to that first chain like so, and there we go. Our second round is complete, and now you can see that we not only have corners like this one or that one, we also have spaces in between the corners. So this is how these spaces are gonna, there are going to be more and more of those spaces as the project grows. So now just chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, turn your work, and because this is a center space and not a corner, we are simply going to be adding just 2 double crochets. So we're just going to add 2 extra double crochets into this space, and that creates our cluster of 3. And now we are going to be chaining 1, and here we go, we have reached a corner once again. So again, every time you reach a corner, you are going to be placing 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and place another 3 double crochets into the space. 1, 2 and 3, and chain 1, so chain 1, and go into the next space and place 3 double crochets into that. So 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so we've placed a cluster of 3, and we are going to be chaining 1 and going directly into the next corner and placing 3 double crochets, chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and another 3 double crochets in that space. So 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, go into the center space and place just 1 cluster of 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3, chain 1, and now we've reached a corner, so I'm just going to let you carry this on. So every time you reach a corner, place a cluster of 3, chain 3 and a cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 1, go into the center with just 3 double crochets, chain 1 and in the corner, and repeat, and I'll show you how to finish off this round. So I've just finished this round practically, and I've just finished this corner. So I'm just going to chain 1 like so, and then slip stitch to the first chain 3 that we did. So just go ahead and slip stitch through that. And there we go, we finished our round. So as you can see, it really is taking the shape that we want it to take. So now we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and this is going to be one of our center spaces. As you can see, we are going to be getting more and more center spaces, like I call them. So here's one and here's one. So we're just going to work into that one for now, and just place 2 more double crochets into this space, like so. And now chain 1 and go into the next stitch. And this is our corner, so again for each corner it's going to be the exact same thing. So 3 double crochets and chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 3 double crochets into that same center, chain 1, and now we are going to be working in this stitch where we will be placing just 1 cluster of 3 double crochets into that, chain 1 and place another cluster of 3 double crochets, 2 and 3. So these are again our center spaces, as I call them, chain 1, and now we've reached a corner. So again we're just going to be placing 3 double crochets into that, 2 and 3, and chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and go back into that space and place 3 double crochets into that, chain 1, and place a cluster of 3 double crochets into the next stitch, like this, and the third, chain 1. So I'm just going to let you carry this on. So in the next space it will be simply a cluster of 3 double crochets in that, then chain 1, 3 double crochets in that corner, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, go into the next space, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then the corner again, and so on. And I'm just going to let you carry this on. When you reach the beginning of this round, you will be of course chaining 1 and slip stitching to the first chain 3 that we did. Okay, so you should be making 13 rows in total. I've switched to the actual cardigan from the sample that I was showing, so you should have 13 rows in total of what I've just showed you, and you should have of course 2 panels. So I finished both my hexagon panels. So I just wanted to show you on camera, I have stitched in the center of each panel, so this is it. So what I've done, I forgot to show you on camera, but what I did was pull it so that it tightened it, and then I just sewed the loose end in and around just to make sure that it wouldn't come loose, and this is what you should have. And now I'm just going to show you how to fold each hexagon panel so that we can sew it into a cardigan. So I folded over one of the panels. I'm going to show you how to fold the other one over too and just stitch them together, but first I'm just going to show you a photograph of what it should look like, just because it's easier to show you than on camera. So I'm just okay, so I hope you can see on camera. I'm trying to show you as best as I can. So both my panels are like this. What we are going to be doing is stitching the back in like so. So this is the back panels, and that here when we fold the cardigan over is the front. So just we're gonna start here. So I've got my my piece of yarn. So I've taken a long piece of yarn. I'm going to attach it to my cardigan like this. And then I'm just going to sew the back in. So you are simply going to be sewing the back of the cardigan in. So just, there we go. So just sew this in like so. So I'm just going to use the very simple mattress stitch, which I'm just going to zoom in. So the mattress stitch is just simply going in and out of each panel, so each side of what you're stitching in, and that makes it for a more seamless stitch. However, you can use whichever stitch that you prefer, because obviously this will be the inside of the cardigan. So I'm just going to let you sew the back in until you reach the bottom, and then just I'll show you what to do then. Okay, so I've reached the bottom of the cardigan. As you can see, I've gone down the whole back, and now I'm just gonna create a knot. So just create a knot. Okay, so I've just created a knot, and now I'm just gonna fasten off. I've snipped off my yarn, and I'm just gonna show you how to sew in the rest of your project. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to sew in the top of the cardigan. So don't forget to check out the pictures on my blog, because it might give you a better idea. So we are simply going to be, so this is the cardigan, as you can see, and we've just sewed the back. And now I'm just going to show you how to sew in the top. So I've tied my loose end here, my piece of yarn, and I'm simply going to be stitching all these two panels across like this. So just go across and stitch at the top, and then once you reach the middle, just carry on, just stitch that. So just stitch all the way across until you reach the other side of the sleeve, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, so I finished on this side, and I've tied a knot and fastened off, and so now we've got the structure of the cardigan. Okay, so I'm back, and I'm just going to show you how I am going to be making the front opening and the bottom of the cardigan border, if that makes sense. So it's going to be very, very simple. What we are going to be doing is attaching our yarn, so I'll show you that in a second. But once we've attached our yarn, we are going, so this is the opening of the cardigan. Again, just check out my blog for more pictures. So we'll be just attaching our yarn here at the front opening, and then going up like this, and then down again on the other side, if that makes sense. And then we're just going to go all around the bottom edging like so until we rejoin the first point at which we started. And so to do this, we are simply going to be attaching our yarn with our crochet hook. So just go ahead and attach your yarn like this. And now we are simply going to be chaining one, and now we are going to be placing a single crochet. So I'm just going to try and make this as clear as possible, but it's a very chunky cardigan, so it can be a bit tricky to show on camera. So once you've chained one, you are going to be going into each and every stitch along to place, so that was a single crochet, and we are going to be placing a single crochet. So go directly into the stitch, pull up a loop, you've got 2 loops on your hook, and pull through both loops, and that's a single crochet. And we are going to go into each and every stitch along to place a single crochet into those. So I'll just let you do that, and then I'll get back to you to show you how to finish off this round. Okay, so I've gone all around my cardigan and I'm back at the beginning, the first chain, and I'm simply going to be slip stitching through that. So I hope you saw what I did. I've just slip stitched through this. I'm just gonna, oh well, it was the end of the skein anyway, but I've just snipped off my yarn and I'm going to pull my yarn through this loop and create a knot to finish off this border. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do the sleeves. So it's very simple, just attach your yarn to any stitch like so. And then you are simply going to pop your hook through, pull up a loop. So you are going to be placing a single crochet into the next stitch like so, and then you are going to be skipping a stitch and going into the next with a single crochet. So just go into the next stitch with a single crochet, skip a stitch and go into the next with a single crochet, skip a stitch and go into the next with a single crochet, and just do this until you reach the beginning of your row, and then I'll show you what to do. So just go all the way around. So I've almost finished. I am going to place my last single crochet at the end here, and now I'm simply going to so I'm just unraveling my yarn, and now I'm simply going to slip stitch through this first loop that we created like this. And now for row 2 we are going to chain 1, and again we are going to be doing the exact same thing. So just go into the next single crochet and place a single crochet into that, skip a stitch and go into the next with a single crochet, skip a stitch and go into the next with a single crochet, skip a stitch and go into the next, and just do that until you reach the end of this row. Okay, so I'm back and I'm just going to slip stitch through that chain 1 that we did at the beginning. We are going to be fastening off as always. Snip off your yarn and pull this through to create a knot, and that's it for our hexagon cardigan. It's absolutely lovely. Once again, I invite you to go to my website selinaveronique.com and check out the pictures and the free pattern, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.